So I'm going to get straight to the point. It is illegal for LGBTQ couples from the West to adopt Chinese babies. So those TV dramas you have been watching have been lying to you this entire time.
Why are you gay?
That is the billion-dollar question. So today we're going to talk about LGBTQ and homosexuality throughout Chinese history, and I'm only going to cover the truth. So this actually goes way back into ancient Chinese history, as far back as 3,600 years ago. Even some Chinese monks and nuns have been extremely naughty way back in the day. Many of them have been recorded in history to be in relationships with each other. And sometimes they would even have these mass masturbation sessions and orgies. Now, how accurate is that data? I am not sure. I'm just reading what I can find. This is from a couple thousand years ago, so things could be fabricated. But there's definitely a very ancient and long history throughout China in terms of the LGBTQ community. So one of the most famous examples happened during the Han Dynasty. So Xiao Ai, he was a Chinese emperor. He was born over 2,000 years ago, and he was openly gay/bisexual. As you can see in this photo here in the middle of the screen, that's one of the most famous photos in Chinese history. So after taking a nap with his boyfriend/partner, he woke up first, but he noticed his partner was still in bed, and he didn't want to disturb him. And because he thought it was more important that he needed more rest in bed. So he called one of his servants to cut off his sleeve. And that's what led to that picture. You can see there's a young boy there napping, and there's the emperor, and that's his servant with the scissors cutting off his sleeve. And LGBTQ has also been portrayed in ancient Chinese paintings. So in ancient China, the dominant male in the gay relationship is always portrayed in a darker skin tone, showing dominance. And the more feminine male is always portrayed in a lighter skin tone. And this one is more recent, a few hundred years ago. This is during the Ming Dynasty. This is the second last dynasty in Chinese history. And this is Zheng Dedi, Emperor Zheng De. He was also openly gay/bisexual. And what's really interesting is that one of his boyfriends was actually a Muslim. He was a Uyghur from the Xinjiang Autonomous Region. Yes, this is a true story. I'm not making it up. So you see, for the most part, LGBTQ life wasn't extremely terrible throughout Chinese history. And the term in Chinese is 鸡奸, and the literal translation is actually chicken. I'm not making it up. And during the very final dynasty, the Qing Dynasty in Chinese history, sexual intercourse between male partners was made illegal. The lightest punishment starting with was 100 hits with a heavy bamboo stick. And trust me, these sticks were no joke. You can have your hips and back broken by these things. And more serious cases will lead to imprisonment or even death. LGBTQ rights in modern China has really gone to shit. I'm sure many of you guys have seen that scene from Rise of Skywalker, where there's two lesbian female pilots kissing each other. So this scene was actually banned in China. No Chinese TV shows or movies can display any kind of LGBTQ behavior, or the show will not be allowed to air. And any public display of LGBTQ behavior in China can lead to harassment, imprisonment, or even people disappearing for good. LGBTQ marriage is illegal, so it's any LGBTQ couple trying to adopt a Chinese baby. That is also illegal. Carrying a surrogate baby for LGBTQ couple, once again, is also illegal in China under the communist regime. The LGBTQ community in China have zero rights. If you're openly gay in China, you can be expelled from school. You can lose your job. You can lose your pension. And yes, being gay can be diagnosed as a disease/disorder in China. And conversion therapy is 100% legal. And for obvious reasons, it is estimated that less than 5% of the LGBTQ community in mainland China will ever come out. In the year of 2012, one of the professors at the Chongqing University, she actually committed suicide after her husband told her that he's actually gay. As long as the Chinese Communist Party rules China, LGBTQ will have zero rights. That will never change. And to finish on a slightly lighter note, I want to say thank you, Taiwan, for respecting the rights of the LGBTQ community. I am not by any means a LGBTQ member, I'm just covering facts about China, and I want to speak about the truth. So in tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about why some Chinese people choose to eat dogs. Alright, thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video.